Hello and welcome again to the Darren Green Show, your one-stop shop for celebrity gossip, news and music, pop culture, and the latest gab on social media. Be sure that if you are watching this on YouTube, to leave your thoughts in the comments, leave a like. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, what you doing? Subscribe to that damn channel. Also, for the audio listeners, hey, how are you? Be sure to give this podcast a rate and review because we love those. We got to beat this algorithm any way, shape, or form. Okay? And it is Monday. We are on We Are You Radio. What's going on? I love doing this, child. It's a lot of work behind it. I do it for you guys. Now, we got a lot to get into, right? A lot of topics. Is there a lot of topics? It's not a lot of topics. Partly because I know I didn't do a Thursday show because of the lack of topics. I feel like everything was about the aftermath of this assassination attempt on the 45th president, right? Oh, 44? 40, I think he's 45th, right? I don't know. I don't care. But there was a lot of talk about the attempt. They had the National Republican Convention in Milwaukee. There was a lot of conversations that had controversy with that. Amber Rose was a topic. She was on there shucking and jiving. A lot of other black figures shucking and jiving. Everybody, it's a lot. It's political theater. It infiltrated the week of topics. It wasn't a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't, so that's why I didn't really do a Thursday show. And then I also was going to do the reaction video for JT, I keep on saying City Girls, JT's City Cinderella, which was a very interesting reaction video. And I love making it. Very interesting. The comments were very interesting. I wasn't going back and forth with the comments, but I was looking at some of these comments. I'm like, okay, girl, not y'all reading me, honey. Y'all reading me down. And some was like in agreement with what I was saying and stuff like that. You know, I mean, I'm here for it. I'm here. Like I said, this is a forum for y'all to shout me out if I said something that y'all like and to curse me out if y'all said something that y'all didn't like. You know what I'm saying? It's an open forum. You do what you want. Now, I don't know if some people felt like I was just like playing up to, I don't play up to nothing, child, because clearly y'all didn't see my video about Katy Perry, child, because I read her the riot act, okay? Yeah, I gave that girl her Miranda rights, okay, because first of all, that was trash. And I do feel like I do keep it honest with songs that I do and songs that I don't like. I'm never playing. I think there was one comment, and I'm not like internalizing or anything like that, because at the end of the day, it is what it is. But it was like, you don't get that damn album. I'm like, how you know what I like? I'm like, okay, hold on, what's going on? Look, there were songs in there that were not so good, and there were some songs in there that I really liked. I got at least 4 songs on my personal playlist. I don't just put anything on my personal playlist because, honey, if it's on the personal playlist, that means I'm listening to it 24/7. You get what I'm saying? So she did a good job. It wasn't like the best. Like I said, I don't think that it was like I said, it was album cover of the year. Now, if it was album of the year, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I had a good time listening to it. Like, it was good to listen to. And there was a lot of comments talking about, like these girls are over sexualized. I'm just like, first of all, people that say that, they don't listen to all the music. Like, you only listen to the stuff that, yeah, she got to the music video, because she did the 90s, the 98 something, which was like a nod to old 90s music or whatever. Yeah, she was talking sexual, but there was other songs on there, like the intro, which is my favorite song on the mixtape. I love her storytelling and everything else that she did there with that, but it's not all like sex positive and talking about how you gonna get it from this and steal this girl, man, and stuff like that. Like, y'all only paying attention to that. Y'all not paying attention to the other songs. And this is exactly why these girls have to give sex appeal, because y'all don't listen to anything else that they do. I'm not gonna go down that can of worms, but I liked it. Glad that y'all liked it. Y'all really showed up and showed out for that video, and there's more to come. We still got the Ice Spice album that I'm gonna do, even though this week is gonna be a very busy week for me. I gotta let you guys know the 29th, there will be no show, so that's gonna be next Monday, like the following Monday. I'm doing a family reunion. It's a lot going on with that. We're doing like a meet and greet thing on Friday, and then we have the actual picnic at a specific park in PA. So I'm going to be doing that all day, and then just to come back home and to write topics. I want that Sunday off. I need my Sunday off. I'm sorry, y'all. Sorry to y'all. Okay. But yeah, I will be doing a rerun for the We Are You Radio listeners. So just letting y'all know, I will not be here next Monday. It is what it is. Y'all, if y'all want to tune in to see how that family reunion goes, shall on Wednesday or Thursday, excuse me, there will be a Thursday show. Because I'm not anticipating nothing to go down, but you know what? If you know about the family reunions in the black community, child, there's always something, child. It's gonna be a Medea's family reunion moment, honey. We're gonna have the elders come in and be like, "We need you. Y'all out there fighting and yapping and rapping and cursing and all that stuff." I don't know why that question, that thumbs up, keeps on appearing on my screen. Sorry to the audio listeners, because the visual listeners are seeing this dang thumbs up, but I'm just like, I don't know where it's coming from. But anyway, yeah, so that's just a lot going on with that. I'm also going to be on TMZ. Like I said, it's going to be a busy week because they want me to come on Friday. I got to gear up for that. It's just going to be a lot. Yeah, I think I talked about the aftermath of the Trump assassination. Like, I wasn't going to make this into a real big topic. I was just going to talk about this in the intro because there was a couple of things that came up, like with the whole Amber Rose thing. Girl, everybody's so surprised and everybody's so taken back by Amber Rose shucking and jiving when, girl, that girl's an empty canvas, okay? She played the whole sex appeal, sex positivity thing when she was East Coon with Black China, with the whole whore thing and all that, and the slut walk or whatever you want to call it. And then when she stopped getting that attention and buzz from that and relevancy, she's now turned to conservative, grifting for money and attention. She has no moral compass. And I don't mean that in the sense that she's like not living to her, like she's a woman and she needs to be doing, like, not that type of moral compass. Girl, you don't know how to pick a side. You're an empty canvas, okay? You're an empty canvas and you just put things on yourself for the moment just to get some type of reaction, just to get some type of money, monetary goals, or whatever it is that you're trying to do. We know that Instagram is not paying you girls like that anymore. We know that the algorithm has changed in that way. So what you're gonna do is, the best way to get money nowadays, if you want to be like in the entertainment space, be a grifter, be a conservative, say some things and be on Trump's payroll and do what they do and promote this Project 2025, all the things, like do all the things that you previously were against. And yeah, you'll get a lot of money for it. You'll get a lot of attention. Hey, good or bad press is still press. You get what I'm saying? So you're still out there in on these shade rooms and baller alerts and all that. So they're posting you up a storm. So yeah, I'm not surprised. Like, this girl is just, she'll do anything for a dime. And I'm not trying to sound away, but it just is what it is. Okay, I'm just saying. Another thing that I thought was funny, why the Grindr app? Now, if y'all don't know, child, but I'm pretty sure everybody on We Radio knows. We know who Grindr is, child. It's the gay dating app. Why they had to shut down their app in Milwaukee? Because it was an influx of users in Milwaukee the same day as the Republican convention. Oh, girl, let that sink in, honey. Let that sink in. Yes, these girls are delusional, and y'all want to sit there and make regressive laws against the community, but y'all behind closed doors doing what y'all doing. Not surprised. Hey, so I got to do this update because as I'm taping for this show, we found out that President Joe Biden officially drops out of the 2024 presidential race. Okay, he makes a lengthy statement. I'm going to paraphrase it, but basically he talks about all the good that he did during his run and how we've accomplished so much, and that he's just basically passing the torch to Kamala. Kamala will be running for president. Okay. And he also made like a tweet, which I will read. He said, "My fellow Democrats, I've decided to not accept the nomination and to focus all my energies on my duties as a president for the remainder of my term. My very first decision as the party nominee in 2020 was also to pick Kamala Harris as my vice president. And it's the best decision I've made. Today, I want to offer my full support and endorsement for Kamala to be the nominee of our party this year. Democrats, it's time to come together and beat Trump. Let's do this." I'm with it. I'm scared. A lot of people are saying that he basically gave the election to Trump. Others are saying that, we're going to vote for Kamala. Kamala will possibly be the first black president, first female and black president of the United States. What I feel about this, I'm speaking to Democrats and Democrats only. Y'all wanted him to drop out. A lot of y'all was complaining that he is not ill fit for the role. Y'all wanted this and y'all got it. So y'all better show up when y'all need to show up in November. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay. Because this is all we got right now. This is all we got. I don't even know, girl, we are literally, I'm not saying we're like months away from the election, but like it's getting close. Like she's gonna have to find a vice president. You know, it's gonna be a whole shift in campaigning. Like it's gonna be a lot. You know, I don't know if the country is ready for a woman president. God forbid a black woman president. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know how the public is already blown up. Like it's all over social media right now. Like people are, as I'm making this, it's getting crazy. But I don't know, guys. It is crazy out here, child. This is the most weirdest election I've ever seen. You know, I think in history too. Like because you know I'm real big on American history and stuff like that. So I don't know. Anyway, back to the show. Anyway, we got a lot to get into today. Okay, so we're going to talk about how Nicki shading JT and how they're potentially not getting along, allegedly, child. We'll get into that. We'll also talk about Cardi B and how she's like blowing up on Joe Budden and all this stuff, all because he's giving her critiques. Girl. Then we got to talk about Miss Netta and how she want to be a white woman. She don't mess with you black girls, honey. She is done, or whatever the case is, child. All that and more coming up on the Darren Green Show. Now, let's get into our first topic. Okay, now Nicki, allegedly, right, shaded JT on her station head show. If you recall, the City Girls weren't exactly fans of Nicki Minaj before the fame. Okay, we know that video that came out where it was like they was rapping over some beat in the car and JT was like checking Nicki, like she was coming for Nicki and all that other stuff, and Miami was in the background like hyping her up or whatever the case is. Like she didn't mess with Nicki back then. They ain't messing with Nicki back then. That video went viral after they had their little come up, and I remember, well, Young Miami defended. It was like we didn't know we was gonna be famous back then. We didn't know, like we were just joking. We were shooting it wasn't nothing that was that deep or whatever. And people like forgot about it a little bit. And then after that, we know that Nicki and JT started to really form a relationship. JT, she went on the Super Freaky Girl remix. I think she was a part of that. Nicki Minaj recently put her on stage for her Gag City tour. So these girls had a rapport with each other. They were cool. I wouldn't say friends. You don't have friends in the industry, but you have confidants. You have people that support you and what you're doing. Like they're on your base, they're on your team, not your team, but like they're part of your group or whatever, like whatever. It is unclear as to who she was talking about on Queer Radio. I'm going to play the audio that she said, but a lot of people felt like Nicki was shading JT because she said this.
But you also have to question why a person would go from unliking you to loving you.
Ooh.
Is that odd?
Yeah, so that's basically what people are saying, that she is essentially shading JT. The reason why they're saying this is because, okay, JT came out with her mixtape, City Cinderella. It was radio silence over in Nicki Land. Okay, Nicki didn't say nothing. She didn't post nothing. She did not. You would think that she was on Queen Radio. That could have been a perfect opportunity to play some of her music, to cross-promote or whatever the case is. Nicki does that in the past. Like people that she messed with, she does post them when they drop music or whatever. It was a little, okay, she didn't post JT. I'm like, that's fine. She's on tour, so she got a lot of other things to deal with. Okay, she's running a tour that's a world tour. I didn't expect her to really do or say nothing, maybe a little bit of a post, but she didn't do that. It was whatever. Nobody thought too much of it. But it was when she made that Queen Radio episode and she made that comment. Then she also was making comments. She was speaking in riddles, and she tends to do that now with a lot of her shows. I miss when she used to just cut the bullshit and would just not say names, but she would say things that was, oh, we know exactly what you're talking about. Okay, got you. I'm talking back in the Queen Radio Apple days. Like those episodes, that was a time. And I said this before, I'm not going to say it again. But she took the time to talk about like Red Riding Hood or something like that. Like she made some type of analogy of, and basically what she was trying to say is, when I show these people the way and they keep on doing the same thing over and over and over and over again, I think that, and she did say that she's talking about multiple people. So it's not clear. Like I said, it's not clear that she could have been just talking about JT. She could have been talking about JT, Ice Spice, maybe Doja, maybe any of the other rappers. But being that you said this the day of or the day after or around the same time where JT dropped this project, it does beg the question, are you talking about her, right? Now, there was also conversation, because if I don't mention this, people are going to be like, oh, what about that? There was also an audio that was going around of apparently JT and Akbar V on a phone call, child, basically talking about, oh, they're upset because Nicki tried to question their loyalty, and JT is apparently in there saying that I'm pissed at Nicki or whatever. It was debunked by Akbar. Akbar had a whole heart attack when she probably heard this. She said, that's not me, that's AI. It did sound AI-ish. So the fans are really trying to spin a narrative, which is just, girl, let's not do that. Nicki also went on a blocking spree, right? Because some fans were calling her out. And I'm not just saying fans like JT fans. I'm saying barbs. I'm looking at posts that have Nicki's face on it and saying that Nicki my girl, but she wrong for this. Like this one person said, they saying Nicki mad because JT didn't sign on to Heavy on her label. We will get into that in a little bit. So put a pin on that. Somebody else said, Nicki Minaj thinking a bunch of the grown dark-skinned women who finally have some great representation in hip-hop are going to turn on JT. It's stupid, LMAFO, and this is when the shit is going to go downhill. Now, another person said, I love her, and I'm tired of seeing her beefing with everybody like, girl, you're Nicki effing Minaj. Then this other person said, I love Nicki down, but these selective games are old AF. She needs to stop talking in code about who the F she's talking about, and just make it known publicly. How you gonna get mad at the Barbs for supporting other female rappers you showed us you F with? Tell us or stop the kid games. Ooh. Now this is a stand account because they got the Nicki picture, they got the funny little quip or whatever, the at. They said JT didn't do nothing though. That be the problem. I'm a huge Barb, but girl, it's tiring AF. Then somebody said Nicki is not a good person. She's so bitter and jealous of the new girls. Now, okay, now I'm not going to get into that. But we do see that there's a lot of Barbs that are coming for Nicki, and this is different than before. Nicki would definitely set the tone of, okay, I'm not messing with this chick. People find out or have a synopsis of who she's talking about, and the fans are they spawn to the person that they're going to diss and dox and all that type of toxic stuff. You get what I'm saying? But this time is the first time, I should say, that we saw Nicki throw shots, and it's clear that she's talking about, or she could be talking about, this person, and then they're not with it. I want to get into that. And she's going on these blocking sprees. So the fact that you're blocking people too, when they're calling you out on this situation, it just begs the question, are you talking about JT? Is it a possibility? It's very unclear. It's just very unclear. Some people were speculating that she was talking about her fans. I don't think so. She could have been talking in general. That's other people were saying. I had a conversation with my bestie about this, child, because we look, I am a Nicki fan. Let's be very clear. Like I stopped being a part of the stan culture. Like, I don't consider myself a Barb anymore, but girl, I'm never not gonna listen. Like, what? Like, Nicki is still on the personal playlist. I love her when she gets into the music. I've learned with her to separate the music from the artist. I feel like you can't do that with everybody because some people need to be canceled. Okay, now if they done did some stuff, SA, illegal, you get what I'm saying? Then no, you can't separate the music. You got to cut them out. You got to, no, we ain't playing no R. Kelly. But what I've learned for the people that are problematic and just, they have an attitude that just don't mesh well with me, or I agree with, or I get down with, I just learn how to just separate them and just, okay, that's what you do in your personal life. I'm going to just listen to your music. I'm going to just go to your concerts because I'm here for you when you're doing stuff musically or whatever content that you're promoting, but I'm just not here for the other stuff. You get what I'm saying? So I've learned to separate that. I think that a lot of fans, and I hope I'm not going all a way around here. Like, I hope I'm like staying real. I'm trying to stay structured with what I'm trying to say. But I feel like a lot of fans need to do that too. Because, yeah, and I'm going to be on the fence with this. Like, it is frustrating. to every single time and I'm just speaking from a fan's perspective, because at one point I was that Barb that got in the comments and was rah-rah this and rah-rah that to whoever Nicki had a problem with. It gets tiring, female rapper after female rapper. And it's a problem. It's always something that they did, something that you don't like, and you're calling out, but then you're being mad ambiguous about it. And I think that's the problem. It's what did they do? What happened? And for me, it started with the whole Megan thing, because I still love Megan. I'm still a Megan fan. And throughout that whole situation where they had their little beef or whatever, I'm not saying... At the end of the day, I don't know. We don't know why you even beef with that girl. Like it cannot just be the abortion thing. Like her telling you to go to a clinic or whatever. Like I think it was more than that. Maybe there is something more and she doesn't tell us. And at the end of the day, it's really none of our business too. It's none of our business. But at the end of the day, that's just what stan culture is. People are just going to be invested and want to know. But let me get back on the rails, because I feel like I'm going off a little bit. But I had this conversation with my best friend, and we were going back and forth, because her thing is, I was saying like the Barbs are probably just upset that we have to now X out another artist that you put on, that you helped put on, and we helped put on, and we actually like her music, and we want JT to be in good comforts with you or whatever. But then I remember my best friend told me, she was like, at the end of the day, Nicki never asked a soul to help her. She never asked nobody to defend her. And my thing is this, that's true. She never directly told somebody. You can't really directly tell your fans to like bully people, because that's wrong. And in some cases that could be illegal. But she has definitely encouraged it in the past. So I just don't believe that. So that's why I can see why some of the Barbs were like frustrated about the situation. Then you're blocking people, and then you're like, I don't know. It just came off a way. Now, some people with the whole thing of, oh, Nicki's probably mad because JT didn't want to sign on to Heavy on her music label. And my thing is this, and this is where I will be on the fence with. If these girls are coming to her and telling her, hey, I want to be a part of your label, and then we do some songs or we do some features or we have some appearances, and then after I get what I want, oh, actually, you know what, never mind, I'm gonna stay with my label. If they're doing that, then I understand why Nicki's pissed. But if you are coming to these girls, okay, y'all working together or y'all collabing or y'all doing appearances, and it's like you give them okay, why don't you sign on? Why don't you be an affiliate or give me some publishing or so, or whatever the case is business-wise, and I say no, I think I have the choice to say no if it was presented to me, and I feel like I don't want to do that. If you are beefing with these girls because they're saying no to you, but if the girls are coming to you and saying that they want to be a part of it and then they don't want to be a part of it once they get to where they need to get to, then I can understand how you can feel used. You get what I'm saying? That's why I'll be on the fence, because we don't know what's happening behind closed doors. She's also not telling us anything. You're giving us these riddles, so it's just like it's confusing the fandom, and that's why you didn't get the reaction that you thought you was going to get with this situation, if that makes any sense. I don't know. I could be going in circles. I don't know. All I know is I think that at some point the fans, we gotta stan culture gotta die. Stan culture has got to die, because now it's not even about music no more. This is like literally high school. And that's the problem. Make music, do what you need to do. Girls, you are on tour. Ain't nobody said you had to promote, you ain't had to promote her mixtape. That's cool. That you do what you want. But I don't know. I just felt like it was a little like this is her moment right now. Like she dropped her mixtape. She's trying to really break out and become the artist that she wants to be. And if you are like dissing her for no reason, it's just like, okay, why did you agree to be in close? If that's the case, it seemed like you never really got over, and what I thought, because I remember that live that JT and Nicki had where she was like, oh yeah, recite what you said back in that car when you was talking about me. Like I just felt like maybe you didn't really get over that, or what she said, or you internalized it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like it just, I don't know, it's just weird. It's very weird. Y'all will tell me what y'all think in the comments. Yes, child, I guess we'll move on off of this, but I don't know. You know? Speaking of female rappers though, we can get into Cardi, child, because first of all, why Cardi over here blowing up on Joe Budden, chair, girl. Anyway, I'm going to read this little article and then I'm going to give you guys some thoughts. Now, Cardi B is firing off at Joe Budden for his latest comments about her music, okay? Now, on the recent episode of the Joe Budden podcast, he discussed the Rob 49. That's this new artist that Cardi did a song with on Friday. Their new single, Oh That Money. While he seemed excited about the track, Budden expressed that the Bronx rapper is now a singles artist. He doesn't believe that Cardi will ever release an album, while co-host Queen's Flip seemed to suggest that he was giving some intel about Cardi's label wanting her to drop an album. MC took offense to this, and she took to Twitter space to drag Joe Budden for apparently harassing her. So some of her quotes were, "Why are you always worried about what I got going on? And to be realistic, you are not worried about my album because you want to hear it. Because if you wanted to hear it, you can pull up to my studio session." TT Torres, the director of Hot 97, heard my album. Cardi said, "If you want to hear my album, pull up to the studio session, but you really want my album to come out so you can criticize it. Every single time I drop a record, you don't like it. Every single time a bitch drops something and they doing mediocre, you say they doing better than me." So, oh, wow. So now she's saying that when the other girls drop and it don't be all that good, you be praising them over me. And Cardi, a hit dog, a holler. I'm going to start off by saying that a hit dog is always gon' holler. Okay, ma'am, you should have just sat there and ate your food. Not you said, because I didn't even get that part. I literally just read that last part where she said, these other girls that be dropping mediocre songs. You talk about your peers? Talk about Glorilla? Talking about, because who these other girls is dropping mediocre songs? I would like to know that. Because that sounds like a diss to me, child, a silent diss. Okay, we'll keep that, we'll put that on the back burner. But to call this harassment, girl, that's grounds for defamation. That's just like defamation of character, honestly. Joe was so light with your ass. Okay. He literally said that you're not gonna drop an album. I mean, what he said was shady. Like, I'm not gonna minimize what he said. Like, it wasn't a compliment. No, it was not. He said that you're a singles artist. Like, you drop singles and then whatever, is to the trend, and you're not really gonna drop an album. He was being a little shady, but he was not lying. And that is the truth. Like, you have been dropping singles. You've been dropping mediocre singles at that. You've been doing stuff that, you're working with this person. What's his name again, child? Rob 49. It trying to appeal to a certain demographic that we'll get into in a little bit. You're not making it, and you talking about, oh, come to my studio. Girl, you don't want him at that damn studio. You probably want to get him there so you can catch him. Because she likes to have hits on people, child, allegedly. Let me say allegedly, child, because I don't want you suing me like Tasha. But girl, come on. You're sensitive as hell. And I'm about to sound like Nicki, girl. Who's going to get this girl intervention? Because she really need one. Now, here's the thing. I know exactly what's going on. And I need the fans to really take it with a grain of salt. Like, none of her songs are sticking, which in turn is delaying the album. The label isn't really here for it. So we're watching her slowly get shelved. She's doing music with rappers that use the Thriller app still in 2024 to garner the NBA YoungBoy gang affiliate type listeners. Because that's what this was. It was, and then you wore like the short skirt with the no panty on to show. It just, and we'll put a pin on that. We also see that there's cheating rumors. You possibly could be pregnant. Offset possibly got some. I'm hearing that he got some children outside of what's going on, what y'all got going on. You get what I'm saying? Allegedly. Okay. There's reports going out that he's cheating repeatedly. So yeah, I understand every little thing that's not positive, she's going to react to. She's going back and forth with TikTok creators. Like she said this one girl got 3 stomachs because the girl was being heavily critical about her career or whatever. You said the girl got 3 stomachs and was on this fat phobic rant. You went on this homophobic rant on Spaces the other day. We didn't even talk about that in the show, but we can bring it up. But you saying that, oh, if you got a boy in your Twitter handle, Like, you a boy, you not a girl, you not me, and this, that, and the third. And it's just, what does that have to do with anything? First of all, these are your fans. I'm not even talking about the girl with 3 stomachs. Because that girl was giving you critiques. But a fan was apparently, allegedly reporting the fact that you possibly could be pregnant or whatever, or saying something about your body or whatever the case is, and you turned it into, oh, you a boy, you not a girl. What does that have to, I don't get the correlation. You are crashing out on your fans. You're crashing out on everybody. You, honey, okay, are a burning match. And it's very clear that is the reason that you are coming for every little body that has something negative to say about you. My thing is this. If it ain't true, then prove them wrong. Prove them wrong. Drop that album. You're not going to do that. You can't do that because you don't have, it's not there. And let's be very clear. You're having this meltdown. Honey, you better be lucky. You should be very lucky that your whole reign of stardom and fame and all that is not around Wendy Williams' prime. Let your ass be. I don't even think you would have been around too much longer. If Wendy Williams was in her prime, honey, when I'm not even talking about something, when she was on the TV show, girl, I'm talking about Radio Wendy. Oh, girl, she would have read you up and down. Girl, that would have been your 13th reason, honestly, because the way you acting with these little ass critiques that people be giving you, it don't make any sense, girl. It don't make any sense. You're going after these low-grade content creators. It's just, I don't get it. I feel like I have this conversation every other business day or whatever, like when it comes to Cardi and the responses. It's just like, what makes you think that you should be above critique? That people can't say nothing like you put in for the life of me, because it gets told to me. It gets told to people like me that's not even at your stature. And yeah, no, I've gotten heat from people. I've got mean comments and stuff like that. There was a time where I was like, really, like, girls, a couple of videos that I got like the shit into the sick on TikTok where people was just like randomly coming for me or whatever. I think I was able to learn that, hey, if they're not talking about you, then you're not doing something right. If they're talking about you, you're doing something right. You know what I'm saying? You got to look at it like that. But at some point, and you've been in this game for however long you've been in this game, it's been since 2018, really 2019. Like, you didn't learn a thing about, girl, you put something out, it's always going to get reaction, whether good or bad. There's no character development with her. You are literally the same person you were when you was on Love and Hip Hop throwing shoes at people. There's no evolution. And then there's no evolution in your music because you're doing the same thing. You're doing the same package, sex appeal, movement, whatever you want to call it. The same thing, the same recipe that you made for invasion of privacy. And yes, people are going to be heavily critical about it. Your presence invokes critique. The best way to shut us all up is to prove us wrong. And you're not doing that. And now you're coming for people that are your fans. You're coming for your fans. This is very like post A&R culture, because when people had A&Rs and people had like real publicists that really told them, hey, give me your damn phone, delete your damn app, like get off of this because you're alienating your fans. You are basically coming for anybody that critiques you. So you're basically going back and forth. You're pissing off the general public. So now they're not going to really mess with your stuff. And a lot of people, they were posting your like clips and promos for different songs, stuff like that. And they see right through it now. Like, you've made a hate train for yourself. Even though I don't want to call it a hate train, because I feel like, girl, you ain't get half as much hate as the people before you. Honestly. Truly. But I don't know. So y'all will tell me what y'all think about that in the comments, girl. Cardi she gonna always talk. She gonna have the last word. One day she's gonna realize that to not give it energy that's how you really overcome it. The best way to show people that you don't care or it is what it is when you don't respond. I'm not trying to say people need to be like Beyonce and not say nothing to anything. Like, certain things need a response. Of course. But I don't know, like, people that are like secure with their lives and secure with what they got going on, they speak less. Like, you ever notice that, like, growing up, I'm learning that now. People that speak less are more secure. It's the people that's insecure that talks a lot. It's the people that's insecure that's always complaining, that's always like yelling and screaming and upset that people don't really like that. I just come to a point in my life, child, and I'm not that old. I'm also not that young. You know what I'm saying? Girl, people gonna say what they gonna say. They gonna say, and then when you die, it's like, oh my goodness, they was such a good person. That's just how people are. People are petty. You gotta get over that. You gotta let that go, honey. You need Ayanla. Call Ayanla right now. That's what you need to do. That's your homework, Cardi. It's okay. Call Ayanla, girl. Get some sessions in and really move on with your life, honey, because girl, I don't think music is it. That's a conversation for another podcast episode, child. We can move on off of that. Now, the next topic that I want to get into is Miss Netta, honey. I never thought I was going to talk about Miss Netta. I don't talk about this character a lot. I feel like they are, I don't know what the, girl, it's just Miss Netta. She got canceled. Well, not canceled, but she's getting backlash. Let me read this little article. I'm going to give you guys my thoughts. Now, some social media users didn't appreciate a recent rant by the TikToker star, Miss Netta. Okay, now the content creator has been facing a lot of criticism online for verbally attacking Black women and declaring that she would rather be a white woman. Okay, girl. Now, Miss Netta, who rose from the internet of fame after garnering millions of views on TikTok through her lifestyle and cooking videos alongside her husband, Charles, okay, was addressing criticism she made and she continues to face from Black women, and she lets it known when she let out her frustration in a verbal assault, okay? She said, I ain't trying to be no MFN Black woman because I can say some of the baddest things about blank women, okay, that I know. If that's the case, I want to be a white woman because they more smarter, they act less ignorant, okay? Now, she also continued by saying, ain't no white woman on my page disrespecting me, cussing me out, and all up in me and my husband business. Hell nah, because they know how to mind their business, and that's that or whatever, right? Now, prior to the rant, Miss Netta was having a live session with her more than 700,000 followers, thanking everyone that she loves and giving everyone else the verbal middle finger, child. She claimed that she's often criticized for allegedly not liking Black women despite many feelings. She wants to be one, right? The internet personally made it perfectly clear, however, that this isn't what she's wanting to be. Now, okay, now here's the thing, girl. Here's my whole thing with this whole situation, girl. Okay. Miss Netta saying that no white woman has ever disrespected me or cussed me out or this, that, and the third. That's because they're not watching. They're not watching your videos. They don't even know who you are. They're not your demographic, boo. They're not there. What, you thought you was Terry Joe? Okay, Terry Joe got the mainstream. Like, he got all types of people. You know what I'm saying? You are Netta. I'm not trying to compare you to Terry Joe because that's clearly two different whatever. But I'm saying, like, yeah, they don't curse you out because they don't see you. You're not popping up on their For You pages or explore pages or whatever, recommendations. So yeah, they're not going to curse you out. It's going to be the people that your demographic is for. I'm going to be on the fence with this a little bit, just one tiny bit. Me. You guys know me. I can see how she got backlash from this. Mind you, this is your demographic. You're shooting yourself in the foot here. Because let's be clear, Miss Netta's following is not white women. It's not even the queer community, because let's be clear, child, we shallow as hell. It's Black people, predominantly Black women, right? This community is the community that's putting you on. And now, because there's a couple of people that's coming for you and you're seeing that these are Black women, yes, there are Black women that are coming for Miss Netta and saying disparaging comments, oh, you trying to be like us or this, that, and the third. And your response is to come for all of them, because at the end of the day, you saying that you don't want to be a Black woman, or you're not trying to be a Black woman, I'm trying to be a white woman. Y'all like, white women are more smarter. They're more this, they're more that. You're trying to come for the people that's coming for you, but you actually are alienating your whole entire fan base. Because literally that's all the people that are in your demographic. That was just a stupid move. And I know it's a stupid move, and I know that you are regretful of the things that you said because you got on live and you backpedaled and kitty popped. I got to keep it cute on here. But you know what I was really trying to say? and you're doing these little live forums and people are coming in and talking and airing out their grievances and stuff like that, and you're trying to sit there and say, I didn't say it like that. I didn't say it like that. No, how did you say it, honey? You said it. You got people, and I think the problem is she's an influencer. She technically, if you want to get into it, she's an influencer. And I'm pretty sure she doesn't have a team behind her or definitely not no PR team to tell her, girl, what the hell? These are your demographics. I know my demographics are Black women. I see that when I look at what gender is listening to me more. I see women, way more. It's like a landslide over men. I can only assume that it is Black women because I'm not sure if I don't think I attract white women to my content because whatever, but I could be wrong, whatever. I just know not to say certain things because it will isolate or alienate my listenership. But Netta doesn't know that because it could be something up here just ain't correlating. And I'm not trying to say nothing, but we got to talk. And it does give that it's giving a little brain rot. And my whole thing is I understand. And this is the part where I say I'm on the fence. I understand where that comes from because it came from people calling her, oh, you trying to be like us or you trying to be like a woman, this, that, and the third. That is really patronizing when it comes to people in the Black queer community because let's be very clear. I think that like when y'all do it to like white gays and stuff like that, yeah, because they do try to emulate Black women. Like it is like apparent, you do see it. But when it comes to people that's in the Black community, like the Black queer community, it does come off, okay, hold on, wait, we bring to the table, we bring lingo to the table, we bring stuff to the table as well when it comes to Black people. And at the end of the day, we are in communities with each other. So I think that it's just the biggest slap in the face to say that somebody's trying to be like anybody. Now, if you're talking about the Terry Reloaded or the straight men, okay, that get on social media and put on wigs and act like the worst stereotype of a Black woman, you're talking about those people, okay? Miss Netta, this is who she is in real life. This is her personality. This is what she talks like. This is not an act. You get what I'm saying? I think that she's just unable to communicate that. So she's resorting to, okay, I'm going to insult you back too. But you lose in the long run because now you offended everybody that are fans of you. You get what I'm saying? So it was a stupid move. And girl, y'all need to start making these people famous, child. Y'all make anybody famous, honestly. Y'all make anybody famous and then still get mad when they say some shit that y'all don't like. I don't get it, child. I don't get it, but y'all will tell me what y'all think about that in the comments. It was a interesting topic that I wanted to bring up. Now, my last topic I'll get into before I get up out of here, child, I think that it's just this crazy. I did want to talk about, is this going to be the last topic? Do I got other things to talk about? Do I? Yeah, that's going to be the last topic because I was going to talk about the whole Latto and Ice Spice. They over here at Latto did a whole cover for Bill. I guess we could talk about it, child, for a little bit. Latto did a whole cover for Billboard and they asked her about Ice Spice and like about the battle or the beef or whatever. And this is essentially what she had to say. I'll read it in quotes. If I was ever to do a battle, it would have to be with somebody I feel like I'm going to go tit for tat with. Okay. I really don't mean it as shade. Would she even want to do that? I feel like she's doing her thing. She's in her lane. It's two different types of vibes. I don't even think that she gives me like that or whatever. She says, she went on about that. But my thing is this. A beef between you and Ice Spice, girl, and maybe I'm just a little biased. Y'all don't, you make turn up music too. Like, I'm not looking at a Latto song and it's like, wow, the lyricism in this. Ooh, the lyrical genius. Like, those words are not being said when we're listening to Latto. I remember with the Rip Me Out the Plastic, I've Been Acting Brand New. That's that club, cute girl, you hear it in the club with your wedges or your high heels and whatever your preference is and your cute little outfit, you at the club and it's that and the third and it's turn up. Like, you're not sitting down making a stank face to Latto. Just like you're not doing it with Ice Spice either. Y'all kin. Am I lying? So like y'all could very much do a beef and it might be beneficial to the both of y'all. But my thing is this, why would Billboard be asking you about this? This is your moment. Like, I think you need to really understand, like, they really only did this article to get that question from you because they know that this was going to be the question that went over the blogs, is going to repost it and then brings attention to Billboard. You just going to let them use you like that, Latto? Girl, it's a mess out there. But yeah, that was a topic of the week that I did want to get into. I was like, girl, ain't too much on that. Now, I guess my last topic is going to be Wendy Williams because, girl, she turned 60. Okay? Give her my arm, child. She turned 60 and her family is not able to see her still. Okay, now, more Wendy Williams reports come out, child. The Wendy Williams family is still not able to get in touch with her months after her concerning documentary that aired on Lifetime. A source told People magazine on Thursday that Wendy Williams' 60th birthday, that the media mogul's relatives are still rooting for her. The insider said, in quotes, Wendy Williams' family is unable to speak on her current condition and location due to an ongoing litigation and the fact that they have largely been denied contact, but they are all rooting for and praying for Wendy and want to express their way and wishes to celebrate her 60th birthday. Now, I'm not sure how true this is. I did hear a report, and now when I was doing research on it, I couldn't find it no more. But they are working on another documentary another documentary or another part to the documentary is in the works. And I'm just like, what are they doing? Literally, what are they doing? I think that is so maddening. There needs to literally be a case study on guardianships because this is getting out of hand. How the family not able to see Wendy? And it's her 60th birthday party. It doesn't look like she got many days left with us. And her family is not even able to see her. Her son is out there getting kicked out of the condos in Miami and stuff like that because, you know, he couldn't keep up the rent because apparently the money is not coming through from her no more. Like, it's crazy. And people consider say, oh, she deserved this, but girl, no, that's messed up. I think that's really messed up. But what can you do, child? It is what it is, child. It's a whole mess. But I think that is it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show. Like I said, I will be back on Thursday. I'll do a show on Thursday. I promise you. I'm going to start writing Monday night into Tuesday. Write someone, and then I'll tape a show because I work from 7 to 4 on Wednesday. So, yeah. You won't get a show Thursday, I promise. But, yeah. See y'all guys later.